Hello everybody, welcome back to Language Litigation Integration Part 156, Casual Conversation 74. I'm your host, Bradley Bowes. I'm being profoundly and extensively tortured. There is nothing I can do, there is nowhere I can go, and there is no one I can call. I am going to be tortured until the day that I die. No one gives a fuck about me, no one gives a fuck about my life, no one gives a fuck about my health. Nobody fucking cares. So you know what we do on this one, current events and talking points. Relevant and random stories, and a major announcement. Officially, I've had profound opportunities in music. I discovered I'm actually a professional musician. So we're breaking down my lifetime earnings as a musical artist. But today, I'm getting a lot of stuff done, recording pretty early. It's 10:10 in the morning. Just already did some lawn work. I raked the leaves and put them in a bag. I'll probably cut the grass tomorrow, maybe today even. But big progress on the paint. I did painting round 2. Well, I got a new. So I took in a piece of piece of paint chipped off the wall. When people installed the TV, some of the paint peeled off. So I took that in there to get paint matched, color matched. And I told you that it didn't match properly. But on a further inspection, I discovered that there was like a white dot, like another shade of paint that looks like it got matched to that was on the chip. So I cut that out, got it rematched, got a quart instead of a gallon, don't need that much paint. And I put some on the wall this morning, and it definitely looks like it's the right color. So we should be having some big progress on the painting and wall repair, Brad the handyman skills that I don't want to do. But do I have constitutional rights? Do I have a way to access court? No. Do I have constitutional rights? No. Do I have human rights? No. Do I have a community that will support anything I've ever done? Absolutely not. Do I have any options to get out of being tortured? No. And so, start off with a story. I was threatened by Deputy Robbins now. Again, it's another fun story. So, 2 nights ago, it's profoundly warm for this time. It's November 4th. It's really warm in Ohio for the typical temperatures. So I've been sitting outside and trying to enjoy the day. Because now that I don't have my fat downstairs neighbors at HQ Flats telling their fat friends, he just sits up out there all day. Yeah, I solved all science 7 years ago. I'm not allowed to socialize, so there's legitimately nothing for me to do. Right? Like people can go learn another language or learn an instrument. Done on the desk, there was nothing I can do at my level of derivation besides more science or socialize, and I'm not allowed to socialize at all, and I don't give a fuck about doing more science. So I get tortured. But so I just like, hey, I'm gonna go, enjoy the evening. And so I'm listening to my headphones, and again, Johnny Appleseed, what's up with the headphones? Again, sorry, I'm not allowed, no one will ever interact with me on a direct personal level ever. I've never discussed my life with anybody ever. It is the most profound mental torture you could possibly go through, and no one gives a fuck. Just nobody fucking cares. So I'm listening to my music, and I have noise-canceling headphones on. And so I must have inadvertently, I did check my security system goes off. And again, I have noise-canceling headphones on, and I don't hear it go off. I checked the activity log. I must have inadvertently set it just again, like when you walk into a room and like, why did I come in here? I must have just after dinner set the alarm just again, monotony going through the same 10 years, same day-to-day activity I've done for 10 fucking years. I must have just set the thing. Walk outside of my front door, the alarm goes off. I don't hear it because of my headphones. Then I close the door. Once you close the door, you can't hear it at all. And so, unbeknownst to me, I had set my alarm and triggered it, and I'm just sitting on my truck bed and on my front driveway. And I see this fucking cop car pulls up. My God. I'm just like, and again, I know at this point I'm literally oblivious as to why there's a cop, and it's clearly pulling up at my house. The lights aren't on, there's no sirens or anything, there's no lights, but it's clear there's a guy pulling up at my house. And so, I literally just stand there with my hands up, trying to be compliant with police. No sudden movements, I don't know why they're here, completely oblivious that my alarm's going off, I have no fucking clue what's going on, I'm trying to be compliant and decent, literally. So I'm just sitting there with my hands up. Once I see the cop car pull up, I take my headphones down. Still can't hear the alarm because the door's closed. And so I'm just standing there like this for probably about, 2 to 3 minutes. And this dude, at this point, it's 7:30 at night and dark outside. I cannot see into the cop car. I have no fucking clue what officer is in there. I've lived here for 3 months. I don't know Franklin County Dick Sucker for 1 versus Dick Sucker 2. I don't fucking know. And I can't see into the fucking car. Turns out it was the same fucking guy that has driven past my house, yelled out the window just not to ask for public records, which is intimidation and menacing. He has flashed his lights at me, which is intimidation and menacing. He stayed in my house 15 minutes after proof of ownership with no probable cause for committing of a crime and disrespected my fucking life. This person has been nasty with me, he's been disrespectful, he's been fucking illegal, and he's a police officer. He gets out of his car. my house is parked, or like I have like backdoor neighbors, and then there's a street, and then there's like a barn, and there's like the grassy knoll type of area, but just like a grassy, hilly type of place, no other houses. And so he pulls up where my house is here, he pulls up this way, so the driver's side is here. So he gets out of his car and aggressively gets out of his car and starts charging at me. Literally starts charging at me. And says, do you have a problem with me? Deputy Robbins, yes I do. You're a fucking criminal and you're harassing me at my fucking home. You're 60 fucking years old, you don't know how to fucking behave. Pleasant reminder, there's a stand your ground law in Ohio. I do not have to retreat if somebody's threatening my life to an imminent threat. I have no idea why this person's here. He says, gets out of the car, charges at me with his hand jiggling, and says, do you have a problem with me? Because I'm holding my hands up here because I don't know what is going on. So again, if you stand still, if you're polite, if you make no sudden movements, if you show them your hands, if you're completely compliant, they will still threaten you. Deputy Robbins, you have a big fucking problem. Yes, I do have a problem with you, man. Each time you fucking harass me, you are going to prison. You are going to prison, that's the most polite way I can put it. But again, on my property, he doesn't, this is how it should have gone. He pulls up to the thing. Hey man, do you know your alarm's going off? Oh, sorry officer, I have no idea. Oh, no problem, I'll shut it off. Have a nice night. This type of freak fuck show should never be allowed to own a fucking weapon. James Gilbert, you have a huge fucking problem. This fucker is still on the fucking service. So Deputy Robbins, I have a huge fucking problem with you. Stay the fuck away from me. Stay the fuck away from me, you dirty fucking animal! Oh my god. So that is all I'm going to say. And Deputy Robbins, I have the right to stand my fucking ground when you threaten me, even if you're a police officer. And I don't have a gun because I'm not allowed to protect my home because this is Ohio, where there's no consistency of law. They're just dirty fucking animals and fucking worthless 60-year-olds that can't fucking behave. Nasty, nasty fucking person. That's Deputy Robbins from Franklin County Sheriff's Office. If you own a restaurant, if you own a bar, if you own any sort of venue, do not let this person socialize. Do not let this person be treated like a human being. He's a petulant child with a gun, and he got onto my property, threatening me, and he should have just been like, hey man, your alarm's going off. Hey, not even get out of the car. Hey Brad, your alarm's going off. Gets out of the car, says, do you have a problem with me? Like I know who the fuck is in the car. So once again, I do not feel safe in my home. I've been harassed by this guy 4 times. I've lived here for less than 4 months. I'm going to be tortured until I'm dead because people do not change their behavior, and the baby boomer generation is the most disgusting pile of fucking shit ever. Disgusting. Disgusting. That's all I can say on the fucking internet. Because again, treason, racketeering, conspiracy, menacing, threatening, endangering, reckless endangerment, facilitating murder by not legalizing cannabis and publishing science and changing the sentiment of the people. Those are not illegal. But saying direct statement of crime and statement of facts, which is discovery. When you go to court, you have to state the fucking facts. But when I state the facts, it's against the community guidelines on LinkedIn. So I get tortured. Every single fucking day, and Columbus, Ohio is the most third world fucking place fucking ever. I hate this fucking country. I hate this fucking place. I hate this fucking city more than fucking anything. Every time you distribute my property, whether you're a middle school teacher that makes $35,000 a year or you run the endowment for a public school, you are going to fucking prison. You are stealing my property. You are part of a conspiracy. You're part of a racket. And police officers are threatening me at my fucking home for doing nothing. I hate fucking cops. I hate all fucking cops. I don't know how to fucking behave. But then that was 2 nights ago, and then yesterday I'm eating dinner and my neighbor rings on my fucking doorbell. And she's like, do you know your lights are out? Again, in the most passive aggressive way, clearly wants the community to be in a tip-top shape, and I don't give a fuck to live fucking here. Royal Elm, Blacklick, who fucking cares? The only reason I am here is because I'm the victim of a fucking crime. So profoundly, and nobody fucking cares. So she comes over and she's like, hey, do you know your lights are out? And again, I didn't know my lights are out. I don't care that my fucking lights are out, and I don't know how to turn them on. So again, I have your front door light and then 2 garage door lights. The front door light has a light switch, but the light switch doesn't do anything. The light just stays on until the light bulb burns out. So I replaced that one. And that one had been on since I came in, and it just recently burned out like in the past day or 2. And then the 2 garage door ones, there's no light switch. So I put bulbs in there, and I still don't know how to turn them on. And so then I do that. This is literally as I'm eating dinner. And so I said, no problem, I'll just go change the light bulbs. So then I go back over to her house to ring the doorbell to ask her, where everyone, the small neighborhood I'm in, there's like 2 types of house builds. So we all have the exact same type of house. So I was gonna go back over and ask her where the light switch is for her lights, so maybe I can turn the lights on as she wanted. And then then she doesn't even answer the door. Again, this is of course for like 5 minutes. She comes over to my house, rings the doorbell, I answer, change the light bulbs. I go over to her house, ring the doorbell, she doesn't fucking answer. And she's been friendly, so it's like, it's not mad or angry, it's just like, I don't want to be harassed. I don't want to be fucking bothered. I don't want people to fucking bother me anymore. And people do not know how to behave, they do not care, and they're going to behave like this until they're fucking dead. They do not have to change, they're so fucking privileged. So again, I buy the house, and my house doesn't have I look down the street, and everyone has a garage door opener code. My house doesn't. I try to turn on the lights. The lights, again, for the front door, the light switch is clear, so which one it should be, and it just doesn't work. And then for the garage door lights, I just have no fucking clue as to what to do to turn them on. Then I go back over there to ask if she doesn't even answer the fucking door. Her mailbox is painted saying Jesus, super friendly, super fucking friendly. She has been friendly, it's just like, why not answer the fucking door when you're clearly fucking home? After coming over to tell me how to behave at my home. But it isn't a home, this is a fucking building. I'm surrounded by dirty animals that project their insecurity onto you. And they have no understanding of how to behave, and they will never fucking change. That's just what the fuck it is. So that's what my life has been. Again, these occurrences have been happening for the past, since I've been 20 years old. Since I've, again, with my family entirely, I mean, it has never been more than 2 months, and for the past 7 years, it has been every 2 weeks at the absolute fucking maximum. So again, to my old criminal friend Tim Doon, who's got probably has a license to practice medicine that was fraudulently stolen from me without citation and plagiarism. You're too much of a bootlicker to know that, and too fucking stupid. We don't need to talk about these events anymore. They're still happening, man. I haven't talked to him in 4, 5, 7 years, and it's every 2 weeks at the absolute maximum. And in the past, again, 3, 4 years since the shit, the kayak stirring up at Grafton Park, I've had to move 3 different times. I should never have had to. 3 times. 3 fucking times. In the past 8 years, I've moved, since being 20, I've moved Ohio to Colorado, Colorado back to Ohio, Ohio to Philadelphia, Philly back to Ohio, Ohio to Dublin, Dublin to Westville, New Albany to Blacklick. 7 times. All because people don't know how to behave, they don't follow the rules, they don't enforce the law, they scapegoat me and then they torture me and then it's fuck bread and I feel fucking disgusting the entire fucking time. I am being fucking tortured and nobody has a spine enough to pay me some money so I can simply leave. I get in, Brad, we might pay you in 5 years. I get in my car and I leave this place today. But besides that, I'm enduring mental torture to the most profound level. I will be pressing every criminal charge and every financial charge possible. So yeah, fuck you, Deputy Rob, and stop harassing on my fucking home, you fucking dickwad, and fuck your family. So, moving on. So, how much for Twitter Blue? And Elon Musk is another fucking just weirdo. Just made some money, has no values, doesn't know how to behave, and now he's like the superhero to the Republicans that think freedom of speech just means spreading insecurity that aligns with their insecurities. And Elon Musk is going to be the savior for Twitter. But he said charging $20 a month, then $8 a month. You bought the company for $54.20 trying to be an edgy weirdo, and then you're going to leave your Tesla updates at 69 because it's LOL fun. And bro, you were so late to the party. I've been drawing dicks saying 69 since like fucking age 14. Verifiable. If you left your notebook around me, it's gonna get graffitied with genitalias. And now every one of my lectures I say 69 nice. Now everyone's saying it. Josh Brown's saying it. We're all doing it. We're all copying Brad's behavior to the point where we don't want to anymore. And we kick him out of society and we go back to our families and say, be a good person, even though we are demonstrable hypocrites, to the point of torturing another human being. Yeah, I just tortured somebody today, but besides that, little Johnny, we love and care about you. And how the fuck are you not going to charge $6.90 a month? If you're going to buy the company for $54.20 to be edgy and weird, why would you not charge $6.90 to be edgy and weird? So that's you gotta keep with the theme. Again, can we be consistent? No. Can we be hypocritical instinctually? And fuck Elon Musk. He's worth this much money, buys Twitter for billions of dollars, lives in a $50,000 house. Please pay me some fucking money so I don't have to get harassed anymore, so I can be creative. So I can finally start a fucking career. So I can stop being fucking tortured. People like to watch me hurt. People just absolutely like to watch me hurt. Like Lex Friedman says, there's something about watching someone go through a psychological struggle. You guys are just torturing me and you're too immature to care. Just like a kid burning an ant on a fucking hill. You're just selfish and don't care, and you learn something from me so you don't care more. My whole life is this. My whole fucking existence is fucking denigration to the point of profound social isolation, to the point of torture, physical symptoms, real physical problems. Nobody gives a fuck about Brad Bowes. Nobody cares about me. I watched Marquez Brownlee on Flagrant with Andy Schultz and Akash Singh. And another amazing, again, been around YouTube forever. Again, I'm on YouTube full-time all day for the past 5 years. Certainly seen this dude. I don't really watch like tech unveiling things, so I've certainly seen the guy who's got 17 million subs or 16.7 million subs. Just product review, pretty interesting interview or just content to consume. Like I said, I don't really watch like unboxing of technology or anything like that. Certainly a popular channel. I think it was well spoken, but just amazing. Again, this dude's 28. All these people are fucking younger than me. I've lived careers for the whole thing with not 1 inch of progress, and people just steal it from me illegally. Nothing Brad Bowes could ever fucking do to ever be treated like a person fucking ever. I deserve to fucking suffer, so nobody else has to change their fucking behavior. And I rot in this filth all fucking day. It's not like I just get hyped up to do these things. I hate myself, and I hate myself all fucking day. I am me every conscious waking moment until I'm fucking dead, and I didn't sign up to live this fucking filthy fucking life. But he says, smartphones are mature. And it says physical limits. Can we see almost, some, a few aliens in visible light? And again, just that is a resultant theorem of being aware of physical limits. And we talked about people in the Olympics. You're not you might be able to do a 1640 or whatever the spins are. But you're not going to do it 10,000 times that. And so again, there's always physical limits, and words represent that. So smartphones are mature, meaning talking about. You might have a little longer battery or a little this or a little that, but like the big jumps in innovation have already happened. So I would agree, as someone who's again not super exposed to the engineering side of technology and not the most knowledgeable consumer either. But certainly that statement is a result of a physical limit. So can we watch other things? Can we? We might not be able to see some aliens, certainly. I'd say a good amount. I mean, eyes are a physical limit. Right? So the visible light spectrum, I think, would be rather consistent, or at least, can we see almost, some, or a few? I would say most. You'd have some sort of differentiation, maybe of visible, or within the light spectrum, but conjecture, but I really think we'd be able to see most. And again, they'd just be able to modify, innovate with the technology, body suits or body modifications or clothing type of deals where they can just camouflage it, right? We have chameleons and stuff, so they can certainly go into camouflage whenever the fuck they want. But is that their natural skin tone, and then they have to like make it known that we can see them? I think it's the reverse. To talk about charging speed from 0 to 100 in 17 minutes on a Huawei phone, I believe, which is a Chinese maker. That's pretty interesting. Again, the thing I care about a cell phone is battery life. And like size, I would say. Battery life and size. Again, cameras, so I'm shooting camera video things on my phones. Cameras are all, again, I don't know, 1080p. Would we have 4K yet in the cameras? I don't know, probably not. But that's pretty interesting. And then just talk about Steve Jobs and Wozniak again. Creative versus visionary versus practical. Steve Jobs is the visionary leader, and Wozniak is the brains of the operations. No, if people feel safe, they are creative. If people are insecure, they want to be visionary. If they're beta males as fuck against Steve Jobs for rejecting Western medicine, somebody who's demanding prescription cannabis. Western medicine, Eastern medicine, take the things that limit the inflammation, limit the disease, the bad thing. But then it goes, he would just do homeopathic medicine for cancer. It's fucking stupid. And if you have cancer, you should absolutely be taking a minimum 350 to 500 milligrams of cannabinoids daily. But will we ever stop killing people with no medicine? No, because, our values are, we don't like cannabis because we don't know. We can't change our behavior. So that was about the only thing. But I didn't think that was about the only talking points. But I did think it was a good interview. I think it was well spoken. Haven't really seen much of Marquez Brownlee, but he's come across well. And certainly 16.7 million subs for product review. I just not the content I typically consume. And sounds like an interesting dude. A lot of the dudes on there, even like comedians and stuff I'll click off, but I watched the whole thing. It's interesting. So we had Halloween, we had dressing up in blackface going viral and the internet explodes. Once again, obviously slavery is a fucking terrible thing in American history. Obviously. But I hate virtue signaling about things that in the past, right? We have Kanye West and the anti-Semitic comments. We have people dressing up in blackface, and then all of the people that have no values whatsoever. They do not commit actions that help their neighbors to any capacity whatsoever. I've committed actions that have helped every person on this fucking planet, and every person that will walk on this fucking planet forever. And so when I see people that will do nothing to help anybody, look back and say, that guy's a terrible person for wearing blackface. It's a Halloween costume, man. Who cares? And again, they were dressed up as slaves. There's been white slaves. There's been black slaves. Everyone get over yourselves. But the thing to me, culturally, looking back again, slavery, bad thing, relative recent history, the 1800s, and then up to the civil rights in the 60s. And it's just like, we can't, oh my gosh, look at that grave travesty as somebody who's, again, literally the most oppressed person fucking ever. I can just hear the shrieks. They were beaten and slaves, but they had community. Right? They still knew there was a bad guy. There was somebody actively hurting them, and they were like, that causes resolution, right? There's a clear objective to solve. My rights are violated in a way where there's everybody, like as I turn on the TV and everybody knows Brian Sullivan, we're living in an anomaly. And then, but there's no bad guy. There's no way for me to fix. I mean, there's all these criminals not doing their jobs, but there's no step for me to give. There's no plantation for me to run away from. There's no country for me to flee. And there's nobody else in the same boat as me. So it's not like I don't get to share my experience of life with anybody. 0 people, 0% of the time. And at least when you get tortured, at least you get to fucking die at the end. My God, this stuff is just endless for me. So again, just seeing the virtue signaling again of, we can't, one anti-Semitic comment, which is again, trying to say something edgy. Like a group of teenage boys they're all getting fired up, and this weird dude over here is gonna try to say something cool. It's more of shit like that than saying Super Saiyan, I'm gonna go DEFCON 3 on the Jews type of shit. And then everyone is actually aware of my work, that is actually distributing my property illegally, is actually causing real profound damages to me and to the rest of the world as well. Well, now we're gonna go judge some high schoolers for dressing up in blackface. As Halloween, fuck, who cares? Just get over it. Anybody who's really been through real adversity, they just want it to stop. Like it's the people that think they have to stand up for the oppressed, and they're also just insecure children screaming. Utica, New York teen attempts murder with a knife as his accomplice films. So again, another great high school kid, Asian student walking down the hallway, skinny as fuck, black dude, comes up behind him, looks at the camera and like, hey bro, you filming this? And literally tries to stab the dude to death. It was like bully attacks a guy with a knife. It's like, no, that's attempted murder. Charging a dude, stabbing from behind with a knife, that is attempted murder. And with his accomplice filming it too. Oh, I'm gonna put this on TikTok. Oh, look, there's this tough guy who's gonna stab a guy in the back. Yeah, real tough, man. Real fucking tough. It is absolutely fucking atrocious. But again, do we raise our children? No. Do we know how to raise our children? No. Do we know how to change our behavior? No. Do we care to try to change our behavior? No. Do we care to put ourselves in new experiences to change our behavior? No. No. Peanut butter on hamburgers is hereby illegal. Keep watching these food challenges. Joel Hansen, Beard Meets Food, Katina Eats Kilos, Leah Shep-Kiver, Randy Santel's. And they keep doing these burger challenges. It's like Joel Hansen will eat a burger with peanut butter on this. This is good. Fuck no. Nope. Pineapple on pizza is very good. Peanut butter on hamburgers is illegal. And a hot dog is not a sandwich. Stuff we really need to get to. But another fun quote from a dad. Again, talking about the painting stuff. Again, just trying to. My mom says my dad has handyman skills. And I've watched my parents time and time again guess throughout their lives, and confidently guess, and they guess wrong, and it fucks up my life. Painting, super small thing, but again, and they do it instinctually. They just tell me not to spend money. I'm offering $10 million to stop getting tortured, and this is when literally my dad comes over just to get. I got a couple odds and ends here to get the door, the lights, the door off the frame, the lights that I just told you about not turning on, and the paint being miscolored. I just wanted to make sure that first of all I've gotten a second set of eyes to make sure the guy lived here, make sure it was like the actual, like the whole house was painted the same color. And so I told you it was just like there was 2 spots, there was a lighter color on the chip of paint that I took in there. But my dad was like, no need to go out and spend all that money on the painting stuff if you're not going to do it for a long time. Painting is like cheap as fuck. I bought a little thing of spackling, which is just like plaster you put on the wall to fix a hole, which I still don't know. My dad did something like wet sanding. He said like let it dry and like put like water on like a washcloth to like get the texture right. But if I let it dry, it's not going to change the texture. So it just didn't make any fucking sense. And then he told me I used to tell him, like, you should, for the water-based paints, put them down the drain. And then I Google it and ask people at Lowe's, and like, definitely don't put it down the drain, let it dry out. And that made more sense to me. So it's like, confidently telling you to do this, but it's again, don't spend money on painting stuff. Spackling for a little tub like that, maybe $5. Putty knives, the good ones, the best top of the line, maybe $10, $12. I bought a 3-pack for like $5. And a quart of paint for like $17. So, again, my parents' house is not very far away. It's probably, 15 to 20 miles. I would probably spend more money on gas to go pick up a putty knife than spackling, as opposed to buy it from Lowe's 2 minutes away. $10. Offering $10 million for constitutional rights, and then they're all over there like, don't spend $10 to paint. Like, my God. And again, it's not in a rude way. Their way of managing money is a squirrel with the nuts in their cheeks, stashing it away for winter. And we don't need to do that, and I've directly told them to stop talking to me like that. I directly asked them politely to stop talking like that. My mother's going to told you about my mom ripping open my stock things from getting some bumfuck company that got sued. My family and the community I live in will never treat me like a professional fucking adult because I do not know how to behave, and I get tortured every fucking day from it. Don't spend $10 on spackling. Just shoot me. Just fucking end my fucking life. 0% suicidal. I just want to be treated like a human being, and the answer is people don't know how to behave, so they can't. 2 Florida teens kill their Spanish teacher over bad grades. I believe this was last year. It was just come up in the news. I think they were sentenced. Yeah, but they beat her to death with a baseball bat. Nothing says like, oh, I'm getting an F in Spanish. It's going to turn my life around like killing the teacher. It's really going to bring the grade up. Definitely not doing any more damage to my life. Definitely not taking another person's life. But what do? We're apes on a rock. We get offended and we use violence because that is what the primitive reaction is. And do people know how to behave? No. Nobody does. Nobody besides me personally knows how to fucking behave like an adult. Nobody. Everybody else is too fucking privileged and disgusting. Good new YouTube comment. Again, I love consumer engagement. It's always good to hear back from the fans. So, you got a comment on that was the first, I did Closer, the Chainsmokers cover, first time touching a musical instrument in several months. Again, as one of my 15 careers that I tried and got stolen from me. I don't like it. But he says, Sarthak, probably an Indian piece of shit, says, dude, I think you should get a retirement from YouTube. Great English. This isn't a place you deserve. Aw, I said thanks and liked the comment, or loved the comment. But yes, Sarthak. Once you stop fucking a goat and your entire 37-member family lives in one fucking shithole shack in New Delhi, maybe try to brush your teeth. Maybe try to stop running over kids in the street. Maybe try to bathe once a year. So, Sarthak. I don't think basic human respect is something you deserve, you stupid little literate animal. But yeah, I should get a retirement I should get a retirement from YouTube, or I should retire from YouTube. Try to learn to speak, you literate animal. This isn't a place you deserve. Ooh, tell me I don't deserve to live to my face. Yeah. Okay, if I don't deserve to live, I don't know who else does. To be completely fucking honest. Oh! As I'm talking, I got a new sub. We are dangerously close to 50 subscribers. I just got a new sub. I'm at 48 now. New high. So yeah, I got 28 views on that video. And so, while everybody else is watching Lil Boat on Flagrant, or not Flagrant, on Full Send. I like Lil Boat. No disrespect at all to Lil Boat. I tweeted his Minnesota. That shit was a slapper. I tweeted it was low-key trash, high-key flares. Just like fun, just kind of fun bop rap music. So I'm a fan of Lil Boat. But again, it's just amazing. Seeing all these people come up, they're all younger than me, they all get money, and then this is my YouTube comment. Then they go to this podcast, this daytime show, this big check, this payment, this concert, this party, and I'm over here getting harassed by cops at my fucking home, just sitting on my driveway trying to enjoy the evening when I've been disrespected and denigrated my entire life. I've never gone 2 months without this shit happening, never. I hate myself, and that's because that's what the world has taught me. Hate yourself, Brad, because nobody else knows how to behave, and they scapegoat you until you're tortured. And then they disrespect you until you're dead. The only thing that matters in life is to get popular. If you were somebody, they won't do that. If you're a nobody, that's all they do. And sooner or later, people are going to realize that I'm not a nobody. But hasn't happened yet, and I cannot put on the internet statement of laws of what should happen because it will offend people's. Starting wars isn't bad. Talking about what should happen because you started a war is bad. So thank you to Sarthark for the engaging community engagement. YouTube comment. And then final talking point for today is an Arizona man brutalized during arrest after firing 2 rounds at an officer. Can I justify that anyway? As a civilian, maybe. If someone's popping them off and you send them back at them, like Big Gates says. If you're a police officer, you should be held to a higher standard because your job is to enforce the law, not to execute people, not to brutalize people. Yes, you got shot at. That should not be a good thing. That's why you should have 5 minutes in court. You should have some sort of retribution potential in court. But they have to be convicted. They have to do this. They have to do that. But do we do laws in this country? No. We facilitate. We fat fucks who can't have a career that need to pay their bills say, what am I going to do? I'm going to be a good person. Go be a cop. They go to summer camp for 4 to 6 months. And then they're still 14 years old and they get offended and they're going to assert authority over you. And so the dude, you don't see them actually shooting at the cops. We see the video where he's supposedly no threats anymore. They come charging in, rifles drawn. They reverse pistol whip him. They punch him in the face with the front of the gun. They kick him in the head a bunch. And you can see one of the other cops is literally just following. He's literally just a sheep. He's literally just following whatever the bigger cop is doing. Literally, one cop kicks him, and the other dude looks around and kicks the dude as well. And just people who behave like that categorically should not be allowed to have a fucking weapon. I can't have a weapon because I smoke weed, but people who demonstrate every behavioral aspect, this is the person that will abuse it, is allowed to, because boys in blue, protect the blue line, America, freedom, God, country, and hillbillies, first cousin fuckers. So can I justify that at all for the way the officers acted? They said they're under criminal investigation, I believe. No. If they're posing no threat, if they're posing a threat, defend yourselves. That's for cops and civilians. If you're a cop and you're arresting a civilian that is posing no threat to you, do not enforce, do not go too far. It's not that fucking hard to behave. But do people know how to? No. So again, I don't know why I continue to get fucking tortured. I don't know why people do not have basic human decency to allow another human being that has taught their fucking children how to behave for the rest of eternity to treat me with enough respect so I can pay my bills and stop getting harassed by cops at my fucking home. That Fed that walked past me the first time and said some random fucking cop, well then intercept the goddamn calls. We can do basically whatever we want. When you watch me all day and see me sitting on my fucking driveway, chill as fuck, inadvertently, unknowingly, my alarm's going off, just turn it off. You guys are watching me, just do your fucking job. Because remember, your children are stealing from me. And the only defense you have is, well, we're in a gang, and we scapegoated Brad, and as long as we keep scapegoating Brad, torturing another human being, we don't have to face the music. We don't have to face consequences for our fucking actions. It's disgusting. It is fucking disgusting. Again, like I said, all of the administrators at the sales must be sued for distributing my property. You're not going to steal from me, mock me, destroy my fucking life, and then act like it never fucking happened, and everybody's still doing it. I'm literally living the most disgusting life in human history. Oh, the last one was a major announcement. I wanted to go over my lifetime career earnings as a professional musician. I just got on DistroKid to update my payment method because I finally got my debit card after a month. Literally, it says 7 to 10 business days to get a new debit card without a fraudulent charge because PayPal's ass shit. And then it took like a month. But yeah, my lifetime career earnings for all of my songs over all of my distribution channels is $9.33. Damn. And 2,600 streams. So that is amazing. Must Have Never Bet You, my cover of Luke Combs. Yeah, it's amazing. You've been watching his interview. He's like, I haven't released an album in so long. It's only been 3 years, and I've been doing active mathematical derivation all day, every day for 7. And I've really been doing it my entire life and documented for 7. Yeah, but Must Have Never Met You has raked me in $3.20. The Box, number 2, 77 cents. Body Like a Back Road, 75 cents. Sex and Candy, 55 cents. And it just, do I have any original songs getting me anything? Quarter, half, and whole is maybe 15 cents, and Winter by the Water is maybe 12 cents. So all of my original music combined has maybe made me $1. Maybe. Maybe, I'm not gonna count it all up. It's not much, it's only $9.33. But it's just fucking amazing. No matter how, and I don't, like I said, Luke Combs says, your third commercial album, once you have your first major commercial success, will be, kind of like the peak of your popularity. It's like, I'm just done. I'm just done with all this shit. It's just so disgusting. I'm not, but once my shit blows up, I'm just going to buy a nice estate and just, again, not reference any of you people besides lawsuits. It's disgusting. Every single person that is alive today aware of my work, you are hurting the future and the eternity of human beings. For real, you just don't fucking care because you don't feel responsibility for anything. It's disgusting and it's fucking atrocious. So to everybody out there that, again, is allowed to start a family, is allowed to be treated with respect, they can sit at their home without getting harassed by cops every fucking least once a month for doing nothing. Who can have a career, who can access healthcare, who have friends, who have a girlfriend or a spouse or dating somebody, or just the basic human dignity to have a career or an identity of some sort of profession. You are living a level of privilege that I have never experienced, and refusing to disclose scientific information is killing people. You guys are fucking savages. Privileged, disgusting savages. So thank you for watching Language Litigation Integration Part 156, Casual Conversation 74. I am being tortured.